Okay, today we're going to use some multi-surface paints, and it works on all kinds of surfaces. This is a gallery glass surface. If you go to onestroke.com, it's under surfaces or gallery glass, and it's styrene. So we have all kinds of shapes, but I wanted to do it so you can just hang it with a ribbon, or it can be an ornament. All right. So what I wanted you to see is I got a piece of scrapbooking paper that's very neutral for the background. I'm going to stencil when we're all done some music notes in the background. And so just kind of creamy and different kind of surface works well. I pull out a bunch of colors I'm going to be using, and I tape this in place so that I can see where I want the figurines to be. And then we'll take that off and stencil. If I stencil now, I have to wait. So I'm going to just go ahead and paint on top here, okay? Now, you can also use canvases. All right. So any kind of canvas that you would like instead. All right. So I'm going to, first thing, get an 8 to kind of fill in these colors. So I can take this parchment instead of the Coolbis, or I can use a little bit of both. All right. So this is going to come in here and base coat in the face. Okay, and then we're going to put beard on top of that. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more coffee latte. All right, and we're going to pull this in. All right, you got to move it back and forth a little bit because it is on plastic, so styrene. All right, so I did pull out some colors like blonde and brown. So you can, Mary probably had darker hair, but sometimes people want to put the color of their mother or somebody else. All right. Now, I also can come back in here with some of these colors and do her clothing right here. All right. I'm just going to put underneath, we're going to come right here. And just stroke it all one way, okay? And we're going to go under the baby there. Okay. And I've got some blue to go around her. And then I'm going to put right in here. That's just going to be his beard a little bit, or goateed or whatever. Okay, so I use some Skyline Blue. This is coffee latte here. And you can use whatever color, like golds and greens, whatever color you'd like for the robes. All right. Now, I have to get a coat, and then it's going to dry before I do a little detail on it. All right. Now, I'm going to dry this off, and I'm going to come in here and put a little bit of this blue with some white and make this over Mary. Okay. I want to come up here because when I come down to the edge here, it gets on my scrapbooking paper. So welcome on this morning. I'm glad to have you guys here. I can't wait to see what you guys do with this and what kind of surfaces you put it on. All right. Just trying to get some nice coats in here. All right. And then we're going to keep the blue, but let's pick up some parchment with it, okay? And so I'm going to come right here over his shawl. And we're going to come around here. Okay, so we have some definite blue in here. I like greens and golds and earthy colors also, guys. This is a nice gift for, I like to give them to each of the family sometime and give them some little personalization on them sometime. All right, so I'm going to put this here, and then the baby's going to have swaddling clothing. So see, I keep that brush. It doesn't have to have clean because it can just give you some of the colors that you're using and the rest of it. Okay, so we come right here. A little bit. All right. Now we did have to come in here with a little bit more blue. All right, and a little bit on this side. Okay. Now I'm going to put my heat pen. Oops, I didn't do the face. Just put the baby's face right in here. A little bit of parchment. And a touch of white. I guess we'll do white later. Okay, so just take your heat pen or a blow dryer or whatever and get some of this face coating in here. So if you're too close and you stay, it'll bubble up a little bit. So you want to make sure that you move it. All right, because I touched there, I'm going to get in here a little bit. Right there. All right, a little bit. Okay, so we can take some little bit of coffee latte and burnt umber. Okay, so what's going to happen? Let me pick this up a little bit. It's not coming up very easy for me there. Okay, I'm going to come right under here. A little bit of burnt umber and coffee latte, because this is rustic wood. All right, and this is 8 that I'm using, or a 10, whichever. All right, now I'm going to come across. So the best way to do these is I line them up and do a couple at a time. So when I'm doing this, I take the brown and do each one of them. There we go. And then we're going to put some hay around that. All right, so then what I want to do is we can take a little bit of this brown. I love it when we don't have to do the face, right? So we're just going to tap his beard in here. Okay. Okay, there. And then we come across here a little bit. And he has a little bit of a mustache. Okay, so it just gives you the illusion. I didn't touch it all the way on this side, okay? And then I'm going to take and make a little bit of a rope right there. And we're going to just bring that down. Okay, and he also has a cane. So I'm going to bring the cane up here. Oops. Okay, and I did add a little bit of yellow ochre to that cane. Right, just to give it a little bit of texture. All right. And we do take a little bit of brown, and I'm going to come right around his head. Okay, see how I curve it around? And we're going to add a little bit on Mary's hair with a little bit of brown. So, right, I'm going to come here and do a little bit of the blonde going in. Kind of a brown blonde. It's so early. I haven't eaten much, so I think I'm shaking here. Yeah, these have some nice colors in them. All right. And I did come in with some white, the flat of this, the larger brush. All right. Okay, so just a little bit of white on her clothes. And he's got blue and white, a little bit on here. Just a little bit of color in there. Little bits of color in here to separate this. All right. And Mary's got a teeny bit up here. Right. Right. So we bring a little bit of blue around here. A little bit to fill that in. I'm gonna put a little bit of coffee latte in there. Okay. So I did have to touch up this over here because I went over a little bit. And right in here. Okay, so you're just supposed to be kind of free form and not really intense exactness. And let's see, anything else? I can bring a little bit of glow in here. Right, and he's got a little bit right there. Okay, just little bits. And then let's pick up a one script liner, and we can get the brown and the yellow ochre for hay. Yellow ochre and a little bit of white. See, white and yellow ochre. More over here. And put a little bit of dark brown on there. See how that's looking? Open in here. So I like to come in with a little bit of wicker white and side load it so that when we come around and do her face, make that really smooth in here. Okay, so she's kind of looking down. And he has a little bit of glare on his face. And the baby does. A little teeny bit of color. Okay, see how he shows up better. And then we can put little bits of white in here. Okay, so the key is when you're doing this, you do multiples. And when you got one color, you do it to all of it. All right. So what I want to do now, oh my goodness, look, I messed it up. So I should have taken the paper out, but that's okay. We are going to come in here with the music notes, and we're going to, I've got it, I bet my stencil the way I put it away. Okay. So I like these music notes. And so I'm going to take my stencil brush. This is my size 20, which I love. It's nice and big, but you get a set of them so you can, you might think you'd use a smaller one on here, but I actually like this size when I'm doing a repeat of the same design. So see, I'm only going to touch this on the tip, and then I come here and I wipe it off, left and right. Okay, so I'm going to come across the top here, and I'm going to go left and right. Now I can come outside of this circle because I'm going to cut it out. And then I'm going to use Mod Podge on the back of this. And so we have all the different kinds of Mod Podge, but you just need to put enough to use it like glue. See that? So I copied out my mess there. All right. So all I'm going to do is just go right on these edges because you can see my drawn line underneath. I'm going to get a little bit more and take it off again. All right, right out here, you can see where it's going to show. And then because this is bent, I'm going to take and move it down and leave space again. And let's get some more. Let's take some more off because we want it to not be heavy there. Okay, left and right. Left and right makes it go into all the crevices. Okay, this is going to be covered. It's darker. All right, so this is what I want you to see. Let me heat that up just a minute because I don't want it to get on the back of this. Okay, so we're gonna, oh, look how good that looks. All right, so it's really easy. You just cut around this with smaller scissors probably, but I'm gonna come around here because I can trim this really easy with the Mod Podge when it's right. It comes off really easy with an X-Acto knife. I'm going to come around really quick and show you. Just see how pretty this looks with everything on top. So I always tell you one thing and do another. So just bear with me, okay? There you go. All right. So all I'm going to do is glue this on. And then you have a really, with Mod Podge, I'm going to Mod Podge it on instead of gluing it on. And there you go. What do you think? I just thought that was a fun little project. I wanted to do it so you still have time to do some of this for the holidays if you want. Remember, it's really easy to draw this nativity. So I want to just give you a little quick lesson of that. What I'm going to do is show you. Oh, let's do it right over here. Okay, so if I take a pencil and I want you to see that, so Mary's going to be shorter than Joseph, right? So then I have Joseph a little bit higher. Okay, so you can do the gown any way you want, the robes. But in here, you can think he's got this band across the top, so then you can do his face. Instead of an oval, we're going to come down with a beard, right? And then with Mary, she kind of splits her robe, and then she has her face in here, right? All right, so then we can open this up a little bit more and then put her hair in here, right? So you're just going like that with the ropes. You can decide if you want to do a tie here, or you can decide if you're going to do Mary's hair. And you can come over to the sides. So I just want you to see it's really simple. I can do my cane in here. You can do the baby, big oval with the baby's face. Then you erase all that. Okay, sometimes I put a little bit of hair on the baby, but this is just real neutral. So here's the crib. And there we go. So I want you to see that there's simple steps. You got oval and an oval. You just made the beard come down. You can also put this across her head and across his head. So it's just a real simple, easy to do ornament, guys. So there we are. Make sure that the music's straight in the back when you're putting it on. There we go. All right. I enjoyed that. I hope you did. Share with me the things that you like so I'll know what to do next time. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.